What's up, pro wrestling fans? Welcome back to Squared Circle Speak, the show that you need to be listening to if you want to know what's going to happen at PLEs, because we went 100% for SummerSlam, and we're going to get into all of that later. I am Ryan. With me, as always, is Nathan, and we're going to be talking SummerSlam 2024. We're going to go through the whole show, talk about what happened. But yeah, we nailed this pay-per-view. If you didn't listen to our prediction show, you missed out because you would have known what was going to happen before it happened.
Yeah, and unlike most WWE pay-per-views, there were or PLEs or whatever they're called now. Uh, there was a few matches here that I wasn't so sure about, and we still got them though, buddy. We got them.
There almost there were most of the matches I was 50-50 on. I wasn't sure where they're going to go, but yeah, we pretty much nailed this whole show. We're going to get into everything that happened. Uh, but before we get into the results, I just want to say this show as a whole was one of my favorite PLEs of this year. I thought every match was great, and I thought every match had a story behind it and executed everything perfectly. There was not a bad match on this whole show. I thought this show as a whole was one of the best they've done. This show was awesome. I mean, storytelling was on top of there's game here. We had so many twists and turns throughout this show, and yeah, I thought this show was great. So we kicked it off with the WWE Women's World Championship match: Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Going into this match, there was the whole who's Dominic with. We all thought he picked his choice on Raw a couple of weeks ago with Rhea, but that was not the case, Nathan.
No, so this match was, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like the way the match played out, like technically wise, because
Well,
it was what I expected.
yeah, we said it was going to be not technically a great match. So.
Well, they still could have done something different, but I get why they did it. It's because Rhea Ripley's come back from that injury, so they focused on the injury. But they did way too many spots. Like they did 3 spots where she like popped her shoulder back in place, which is a little overkill.
Yeah.
Uh, and they played it up that Liv Morgan had no chance because she just kept running away from her most of the match, and so the match itself was not that great, but the storytelling was great. Dominic Mysterio took a chair out of Rhea Ripley's hands because he basically told her, you can't win that way, you're gonna get disqualified, which was smart. So we were like, oh, he is with her, okay. But then later on, he slides the chair back in, and Liv Morgan uses it to her advantage and hits her Oblivion move, which I hate, and pins Rhea Ripley. And then Dominic gives her a big old kiss, Ron.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was pretty crazy. So we'll see where that leads, but we kind of called that. We didn't call it a fish 100% because we did think that Liv was going to turn on Dominic, which did not happen. But still, Rhea just coming back. I think a lot of people were under the assumption that she was just going to get the title back, and she did not. Liv wins. Dominic's with Liv now, so we'll see where this goes, and this whole Judgment Day thing got a little interesting later on in the show. The next match on the show was the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. This went about as well as I thought it could, as much as I wanted it to. It was only 5 minutes long. Sami Zayn got a little bit of offense, but this was pretty much a squash, and I think that was exactly how we said it was going to go. It's exactly what I wanted it to go. Braun needed to look strong. Braun needed to destroy Sami Zayn, and he did. He went in there and beat his ass in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn got some stuff in early. But yeah, Braun Breaker then, showed his athletic ability and speared him twice and got that win, right?
Yeah, and then like I said, this is what I was expecting. This is what I was wanting, was Braun Breaker to kind of destroy him. So now Braun Breaker is the new,
and just so you know, yes, we nailed that first match. We even nailed the Dominic, getting the little twist. We did not. We thought there was going to be a double twist. It didn't happen. I thought Liv, would try to kick him to the curb too, and Dominic would be stuck with nobody. But that did not happen. And then this match we also got right, Ryan.
Yep. The next match was LA Knight and Logan Paul for the United States Championship. Logan Paul came out with Machine Gun Kelly. Uh, pretty, you know, and we've been critical on this show of LA Knight's wrestling ability, and we said this match may not have been very good. Uh, you said before the show on our preview that this was probably going to be the worst match. Do you still feel that way? Was this the worst match for you? Because I think it may have been, like in ring wise. It
I mean, it was fine. I mean, LA Knight, he did some stuff like he hopped up to the top rope and hit an elbow drop, and he did some stuff, and Logan Paul looked pretty good. It's just, it wasn't my kind of match. There was a lot of punching and kicking and old school attitude era
was an
brawling.
yeah, this was an Attitude Era match.
And but it is what it is. Yeah, this was out of the seven, this was probably the worst. But it wasn't a bad match,
No,
so that tells you something. That means it's a good pay per view.
yeah,
But yeah, LA Knight got hit with some brass knucks that were given to him by Machine Gun Kelly. Gave Logan Paul the brass knucks, and we thought that was it, but he kicked out, and he ended up hitting the BFT. I hate the name of that move. Hit that move, and he got the U.S. title run. He was really close to the ropes. I thought Logan Paul was going to put his foot on the ropes, but
he was very close. Logan Paul went for the buckshot lariat and was countered into the BFT, which was pretty cool. Logan Paul does it, and I say it every time, he does it better than Hangman Page does. And I said this while we were watching this, and I said, I was like, man, I hate the fact that Logan Paul's so good. Like because I want to hate him. I don't like the guy, but damn it, he's so talented in the ring. It makes it hard to be critical of him because every match he has, he knocks it out of the park. He can sell. He wrestles good. I'm thinking he's going to be leaving for a while though. He held the title for almost a full year, and he defended it twice, which I didn't know going into this pay per view. It threw me for a loop when they said that. So it'll be good to have a United States champion that's actually around and that's actually going to defend the title. So that's 3 for 3 for us. We both said LA Knight was going to win this thing. So again, the streak continues. The next match was for the women's championship. Nia Jax, the Queen of the Ring, and Bayley. And this was the one match of the 7 where I was like, I don't think we're going to get right. Like of all the other ones, I was like, possibly. But this one was like, I don't know if we're going to get this one right. We had a tease of the Money in the Bank cash in. Tiffany Stratton came down to cash it. It appeared like she was going to cash in, but Bayley, knocked her off the apron and took care of her. But then Nia Jax hit Bayley with 2 annihilators, and Nia Jax popped up off the first one insanely fast.
yeah, that was crazy.
She hit it immediately back up onto the second rope, and I was like, holy shit. And then she had a second one, and then it's over. And Nia Jax is the women's champion, which again we said should happen, just due to the storyline element and the way they can go with this now. There was more options for Nia Jax, and we're not the only ones. People have been very critical of Bayley's championship reign. It was not the best, and so I think it's better for her to lose it now and maybe move on and try to do something else for a while. Maybe get back in the picture later. But this match was good. Nia Jax, as I said in our preview show, Nia Jax has stepped it up and it looks fantastic. And she did good in this match. I mean, it's a Nia Jax match, so it's going to be slow and it's going to be. But Bayley impressively did a power bomb to Nia Jax and walked with her from the turnbuckle to the middle of the ring. One of the most impressive things I've ever seen Bayley do. No complaints about this match. You had the false cash in from Tiffany, which again we said could possibly happen. And now you got Tiffany and Nia being friends, but Tiffany's got the briefcase and she was kind of looking at the women's championship at the end of this thing. So again, the intrigue going forward is going to be great with this women's championship with Tiffany and Nia, but yeah, fine match here. I had no problems.
Absolutely, it was a great match. Yeah, 4 for 4.
And then we had the match that I thought should have been World Championship. They said it on the pre-show; it should have been the World Champ, the main event, but it was not. Big E said it on the pre-show. He said, hey, most of the internet thinks this match should be the main event, but it's not. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. This whole match, I just had visions of Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Undertaker. They even almost did the exact same spot in this match that they did. And Nathan, not only did we get this match right, you got the ending to this match right, basically.
Yeah, so the whole time, I mean, it made sense. If you've been paying attention, it made sense
Yeah.
why this would happen. But Drew McIntyre, it's always he keeps losing because of his, he keeps getting distracted. He keeps blaming everybody, and every time he's about to win, he thinks about CM Punk, and he always keeps losing because of that. And CM Punk, we figure he might do the same thing because of that bracelet, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But and that's exactly what happened twice in this match. I didn't expect it to happen twice.
Yeah,
But
he got it.
Yeah,
he got it back from Drew. And then he dropped it, and then Seth picked it up, and Seth just picked it up because he was the referee, and then Punk and Seth got into it. Punk hit Seth with the GTS, and then put it on, and then Drew ended up beating him with the Claymore. So again, you kind of nailed it. Which again, yeah, like you said, it made sense it was going to happen, but we didn't know for sure that was the way it was going to go. Drew wins. I'm assuming we're going to have Punk and Rollins now feud. I would say.
You would think,
But I really can't believe this was going to be a one-off match between these two.
but you would think, except Drew did take the bracelet again.
Yeah. So I'm
So
thinking we're going to have a triple threat.
maybe we're gonna have a triple threat. Maybe it'll be a Hell in a Cell. I don't know.
Yeah, I think at Bad Blood we're going to have a triple threat main match between these three. Because this can't be the only match between Punk and Drew as heated as this rivalry was.
If that's the case, are we who's gonna fight Gunther for the title at Classic or at the
Jey Uso?
Possibly.
Could be Jay, could be Sammy, could be even they could throw in, I don't know, Uncle Howdy.
I don't think so.
And since you mentioned it, the next match was Gunther and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. The physical match. Gunther was fucking bleeding from his chest. I think Priest got him with like a nail or something. It looked like he was cut. These two beat the fuck out of each other. A lot of false finishes. And then Finn Balor came out, which we said was going to happen. And it was weird the way he turned because it came out of nowhere. Like, Priest hit the South of Heaven. Gunther rolled towards the ropes, and Priest was going to win, but Finn Balor put Gunther's foot on the bottom rope, and Priest saw the replay in the arena, and so he went after Balor. Gunther walked in the submission. Priest fought out of it, which I didn't think was going to happen. Priest then again went for Balor, and then Gunther walked in, hit him with the power bomb, and walked in the submission and won the championship. So Gunther's the new world champion, and the Judgment Day is officially no more, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens with JD. I guess JD's just going to be Finn's little tag team partner for a while, and then we'll see what happens there. Carlito's going to be on his own.
They're still tag team champions.
Yeah, so they're going to have to be partners. You had the whole story, and that could still happen, Nathan. Why it could still happen that Finn and Liv had planned this whole thing. It just didn't happen on this show. But I think that still could be the direction they're going.
And if that's the case, then Judgment Day is kind of still together because I mean, you still have Finn, you still have Dom, and you still have JD, and who knows what's going to happen with Carlito. And Liv Morgan would be with them, so it'd be kind of like a new Judgment Day type deal. Just Rhea and Damian would be on the outs. So do you think maybe Damian finds somebody and they're maybe Jey Uso, and they go after the tag team titles. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe does he just join the LWO?
Or maybe does he get? Oh God. Or maybe does he get R Truth? Remember his buddy R Truth?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that happen. They should have did that before, so I don't want to see that.
I mean, we're obviously going to get Damien and Finn, but then Damien and Rhea are going to be like together, I would assume. Like they're not together, but they're going to be allies. So I think eventually we'll see Damien and Rhea versus Dominic and Liv, I guess.
Mm,
Or would it be Liv and Finn, maybe? I don't know what we're going to go with this. There's plenty of options. Liv could still turn on Dominic. Like we still don't, you know what I mean? Like we don't know for sure if that's.
yeah. Could we see Rhea Ripley go get a men's title?
Hmm.
Could we see Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley win the tag team titles?
That would be insane, and I'd be all for it. I would be 100% to see Finn and JD and versus Damien and Rhea. I never thought of that, but that you never know. We've seen crazier stuff in WWE.
Yeah.
But this match was great. Like we thought it would. I mean, they beat the fuck out of each other. Crowd was super behind Damien, super hating Gunther, and it all worked out perfectly with Finn turning. The twists and turns of this pay-per-view continued into the next match as we had Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa in a Bloodlines rules match. Not much of a Bloodline rules match. A lot of nothing happened for a while.
Yeah.
Till the very end when everybody got involved. So of course, you had the Tongas get involved. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton did come out. They took them out, but then Jacob Fatu came in, took out Cody, and we don't know the extent of the injury, but he did hurt himself. It appeared he did a splash from the top rope through a table, and it looked like he hurt his ankle, and he was in a walking boot after the show, but that could just be a preliminary thing. It may not be anything's broken.
Well, let's hope it's not serious, but if he is out, at least they have Ding Dong Tongaloa to because I mean really Tama Tonga and Tongaloa are really the tag team.
Yeah.
So I mean if he is hurt, at least it could save the mystique of Jacob Fatu because he won't be in the ring a lot.
Well,
And so the next time we see him, it'd be special. And those other two guys can carry the tag team titles. And, we'll see Gorillas of Destiny back together, basically.
and,
And,
and
you know,
it also, it sucks if he's really injured, but it's like the only thing that could take him out was himself.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't. Yeah. He looks strong. Like, it's not
Yeah.
like he,
So
you know,
then it looked like Solo was going to win, but then Roman Reigns returned, which again, I think people were expecting, but they were kind of not really expecting it.
no, the whole crowd was chanting Roman the whole match.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where they wanted it to happen, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually thought it was gonna happen. Like,
And I think the Jacob Fatu thing kind of screwed things up because,
yeah, I think he was gonna take out Jacob.
well, it was going to be like a 2-on-1 beatdown on Cody, and then it'd come out, and and then you knew who you think you knew who he was going to help because it'd be 2-on-1. But the way they ended up having to do it
Cody was in
Solo,
control.
yeah, well, Solo and Cody basically laid each other out, and they're both laying down on the ground, and then Roman came out, and you didn't know who he was going to attack. So
Yeah, and then he hit a Superman punch on Solo, hit him with the spear. Cody wins with the crossroads. Cody is still champion. Hopefully, this means Cody can move away from the bloodline for a while.
I don't know. Roman was looking at him still.
Maybe Roman and Solo will do battle, and then I think obviously we're going to have a War Games match at some. I would assume
Survivor Series, baby.
at Survivor Series. Which again, I will say it against that match. I don't think we need to have one of these every year, but since we're going to, that's going to happen. But yeah, this show overall, about 4 hours, roughly. I thought this show, like I said at the beginning, was fantastic. I thought this show really told the stories well and continued a bunch of things and put a bow on some things. And I think, going forward, we're just going to keep moving here with WWE. I think they're in a tremendous spot right now with everything
Well,
going on.
so they did have a press conference afterwards, which I wish they'd quit doing, but they had one, and Triple H said that the second half of the, which I think we're a little more than to the second half here. I think it's, you know, but he says the second half of 2024 is going to be epic. What's the words he used?
He
So
also said this was probably the last one night SummerSlam too.
yeah, oh yeah, guaranteed.
And then they asked, he said about the other ones, which he didn't necessarily say, but he said, you can't just sit on your laurels basically and say we're gonna keep doing it the way we're doing it. He goes, so that basically tells me Royal Rumble at least will probably be 2 nights as well.
Yep.
And I don't know about Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series might be okay doing one night.
Yeah, Survivor Series is not really looked at as the big four anymore, like it used to be. I mean, they did add the war games, which is good, but it's just not what it used to be. Um, but Money in the Bank, there are two Money in the Bank matches, so I could see Money in the Bank also becoming maybe a 2 night show.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically that could happen too. But yeah, so that was all the things that came from we had Jelly Roll also here. They had a segment with the Miz, and Jelly Roll did a choke slam. Whatever. He's gonna be in the new 2K game next year.
Yeah, they beat up Waller
Yeah.
and
Uh,
Austin Theory.
but this was a fantastic show, and now I'm really looking forward. Now we got Bash and Berlin. We don't know exactly what's gonna happen here. We all assume Gunther's gonna be there defending the title. Um, they could go a number of ways with all the championships. We got a lot of new champions on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So new era for sure in WWE. And so I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw as this comes out tonight. And then going forward, I'm ready for WWE altogether because they are rolling right now. I mean, we are just every pay-per-view seems to get better and better as we go down the year here.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Nathan, before we end this thing and get off
Uh,
of here?
this is a really good show. I hope that this is going to be a continuation and the shows after are still going to be good like this. I just come on, Triple H. We need some tag team titles on the next one. Come on.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one. I want to go to one of these press conferences and I want to ask him
Yeah,
the fuck he's gonna do with these tag team titles.
I know. He's got
Why they
three
never
sets. None of them have been on the freaking pay per view.
like the women's title's been on a couple, but even they are not on the last two. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, what are we doing? So yeah. So again, yeah. Thank you for watching. As always, if you want to know what's gonna happen in the next pay per view, listen to our preview because we know what we're doing.
Watch us get none right on the next one.
Well, the next one's going to be an AEW one, and we're going to completely have no idea what we're doing on that one.
I got it. I got it. It's gonna be all right. All right. Is that when's AEW next pay per view?
Well, actually,
Is it next weekend?
maybe. What is it? All in?
Mm-hmm.
It is August 25th.
Okay, we got a while. Okay.
And then Bash and Berwin is August 31st. So we're going to have two back-to-back pay-per-views.
All right. Rock on.
All right.
All right. Well, if you like this recap and review or whatever you want to call it of this PLE, as WWE calls them, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can hear more PLE reviews and recaps, and hit the notification bell so you know when we're going to upload more of these PLE recaps and reviews. And we will see you on the next one with our week late or a little late week of review of WWE.
Yeah, pay-per-views always screw this up. But yeah, we'll be doing our week WWE review of the week before SummerSlam. That'll come out tomorrow, and then AEW will be out Wednesday, and then we'll have some special stuff later in the week as well. So pay-per-views we want to get the pay-per-view reviews out before the rest of the shows. So, it's just how it's gonna be. So thank you as always. Like Nathan said, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We appreciate you all, and we will see you in the next one.
Later.